10 Chinese megacities are running infrastructure that New York City will not have for another 100 years. That is not an opinion. That is what happens when you compare a city still using traffic signals designed in the 1970s to a city where artificial intelligence controls 12,000 intersections at the same time. That is what happens when you put New York's subway, which moves about 1 billion riders per year, next to Beijing's, which moves closer to 3.5 billion. That is what happens when you put JFK Airport next to a terminal built in under 5 years that processes passengers through facial recognition from the front door to the boarding gate with half the staff. New York is iconic, but iconic and advanced are two very different things. These 10 cities are not just bigger, they are smarter, faster, and more connected in ways that are genuinely hard to believe until you see the numbers. And we are going to go through all of them, starting from impressive and building all the way up to cities that feel like science fiction made real. By the end, you will not just understand why New York is behind. You will understand how far behind it actually is. Number 10. Tianjin, the Green Machine. Most people outside China have never heard of Tianjin. That is a mistake, because Tianjin is quietly running one of the most interesting urban experiments on the planet. The Sino-Singapore Tianjin Eco-City is a district that was designed from the ground up to test green technology at real scale. Not a small research park, a full district where people actually live and work, and where every building is connected to a smart power grid that balances energy from solar panels, wind turbines, and the main power supply all at once, every second of the day. When one building generates more solar power than it needs, the grid automatically sends that extra energy to a neighboring building that needs it. No human decision, no delay. Just a system that treats an entire neighborhood like one shared battery. The result is that the eco-district runs with carbon emissions roughly 60% lower than a conventional development of the same size. To put that in New York terms, imagine if the entire Upper West Side shared power like a single smart house. That does not exist in Manhattan. It exists in Tianjin. Then there is the port. Tianjin handles tens of millions of containers every year using automated cranes and guided vehicles that move cargo without drivers. Ships arrive, unload, and leave on schedules calculated by machine learning systems that predict delays before they even happen. Meanwhile, the Port of